Welcome back. An absolutely shocking story out of my hometown of San Francisco. The city has agreed to pay an illegal immigrant a whopping $190,000 in a settlement. Why? Because police officers turned him over to federal immigration authorities in violation of the city's sanctuary city policy. The settlement was announced on the same day that the House passed Kate's law, which gets tougher on illegal immigrants who repeatedly defy deportation. Kate's law is named after 32-year-old Kate Steinle, who was allegedly murdered by a 5-time deported Mexican national. Tomorrow marks the 2-year anniversary of her death.
The day she was killed, we were walking arm in arm on Pier 14 in San Francisco, enjoying a wonderful day together. Suddenly a shot rang out. Kate fell, looked at me and said, "Help me, Dad." Those are the last words I will ever hear from my daughter.
All right, so Jesse, you've covered this a lot, and I have as well, and very disturbing to me. I was a prosecutor in the city of San Francisco, and I saw this policy at work, and it was just abhorrent. And then to see a loss of life like this, it was so preventable.
I just want to thank Bill O'Reilly for pushing this Kate's law situation. He was a driving force behind this legislation, and he deserves a lot of credit for this. And the Steinle family, I'm sure, owes him a lot of credit. And I think we should honor the Kate Steinle family tonight because this was a preventable death.
Yes, it was.
When you come back over and over and over and over again 5 times after being convicted of a felony, and still are allowed to just live freely in the city of San Francisco, it's just abhorrent. And, you know, the Sanctuary City Defunding Act, that was good from Congress. The Kate's Law, that was good from Congress. You know, that's just one step. We have to build the wall. We have to put these people behind bars. You know, it's not just good enough to give lip service to this situation because, you know, I know President Trump knows these families personally,
yes,
and I respect that. But, you know, to have Americans die at the hands of illegal immigrants that are already convicted and don't belong in the country is just wrong. And San Francisco's out of control. You know, if you're an illegal immigrant and you get paid to be arrested, it's ridiculous. You know, San Francisco's out of control. They have people, the San Francisco Board of Supervisors.
Well, you've been there.
I have, and I've reported on this a lot. The San Francisco Board of Supervisors, I mean, it's almost better to be a conservative than be an illegal alien in San Francisco. They ban paper bags. They ban plastic bags. You're not allowed to get circumcised there. Oh. You could be nude there with a permit. It's disgusting. This place is out of control. It's the People's Republic of San Francisco. It's no wonder these things happen in San Francisco. Right. And, you know, I know you have a personal connection there, so I don't want to really drive the point home too much, KG.
Yeah, you haven't said enough.
But the city is not a good city if you're a regular citizen.
Can we point out the amazing absurdity of this? An illegal sued the city because the city violated a law that encourages violating the law. That he won he won 200 grand. It's like rewarding a guy for looting during a riot.
Yes.
San Francisco is like the funhouse mirror of cities. Everything is reversed or upside down.
So true.
But I lived in Los Angeles for about 2 years, and I would say it's just as bad as San Francisco, if not worse. The left is losing the culture war. I think if the last election proved nothing else, it proved that. And I think part of the problem is when you have a group of people who are saying, people who commit felonies, you can just come in and out of the country and do whatever you want. And by the way, you have a whole section of a state where you can also do whatever you want. And by the way, my tax dollars are going to pay for it. Yeah. I don't care how you feel about immigration. I tend to be a little bit more moderate than the hardline people that have ultimately won elections. But this makes people like me even more extreme. And I think until the left understands that when you do things like this and shove laws like this down the American people's throat, it makes people like me join the other side, which could be really dangerous.
All right, so Juan, I don't know.
You look
Go ahead. I'm hoping Juan, to hear something wonderful. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to correct the record. The man was not arrested. They found his stolen car. And they asked him to come into the office to get his stolen car. And then they discover, oh, well, gee whiz. And then again,
Wait,
Let him go.
Look at
this.
Let him
Gregory
go.
can't
She
even
was
tolerate it. Gregory
He had
can't
an
take
arrest.
it.
No, you left
You
it out.
can't handle
You
the
left
truth.
it out.
Wait,
No, you avoided the
Jack
truth.
Nicholson,
You
you can't handle the
hopscotched
truth.
over the truth.
No, I'm not hopscotching. The truth is he came in because they said we have a
they
stolen, we
followed
found
the
your
law.
car.
And he had an arrest warrant.
I researched the sanctuary
There
city
we go,
policy
there we go.
situation because I know you said last show that sanctuary
It's so
cities are
crazy.
safer. Phoenix got
Yep.
rid of their sanctuary city policy, and you know what happened? Crime went down by 25%.
I see. So you
Property
take-
crime went down 25%.
I don't know the numbers,
Sheriff's Association in Phoenix
No,
said they
nationally.
prefer to have a non-sanctuary city
But the
policy.
weirdest part about this is you
my
defend an illegal immigrant who's a felon, but you probably wouldn't defend a felon who's legally here. That's the strangest
I
part of
wouldn't
this
defend
argument
any
to people.
felon. I don't-
No, it's
Are
not
you
strange.
kidding?
You just
Megan,
defended
no,
that
Megan,
man.
let me just
you
say-
just defended that man. No,
And you're
the
mad
left
at
does it all
I
the
was
time.
stating the
left
facts
does it. The
because
left
the
does it all
facts
the
were
time.
not properly presented
The
on
left
our
does
show.
it all the
Yes,
time.
they
And
do.
you
What
can
facts?
commit
The fact is the guy was not arrested. He came
No,
in
you can
because
commit
of a stolen car that was
This is
found.
what you're
But
not
here's-
getting.
Stop filibustering.
Oh my
You
God.
can
I
commit
just want to
crimes in
finish.
this.
Let me
You can
finish the
commit
point.
crimes
All
in this country, and people on the left
I'm
will
not defending
ultimately.
any felons. I'm simply saying to you, for example,
It's
your
that you
ridiculous.
said,
Ridiculous.
Megan, a minute ago,
This is
oh, you
this
can
is a
come into this
ridiculous
country
conversation.
illegally,
It's a
no
ridiculous
penalty.
conversation.
No, it's
I
the
can't
five.
handle
It's the five. And we're having a great time. But of
This
course,
isn't special report. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Kate's law
Thinks it is.
Just a
simply
ridiculous
increased the
conversation.
penalty from the existing penalty. It's illegal to come into
Okay,
the country
Juan,
if you've done it and you've committed a
You've hit a
crime.
whole
He had an
other
arrest
level
warrant,
of
Juan. You left
crazy
that out.
tonight.
He had an
the
arrest
police
warrant.
officer did the job that he swore an oath to do, which was the guy had an arrest warrant. You've got to take him into custody. He's supposed to follow the law.
And he got
not
200 grand out
disregard
of it. You should be
And
happy.
this guy gets
I should be
paid.
happy.
This is what's going wrong with this country and why people end up dead, because people make apologies for this kind of behavior and they
All
don't want
illegals
the
are now
law
going to
to
San
put them in
Francisco.
cuffs.
Yeah, yeah.
Ahead.